Hey guys, Jay here. Now, I think now is as good a time as ever to make up for some mistakes. And by mistakes, I mean my last video. Before we go into why I was completely wrong in my last video, first off, I would like to thank all of you for blowing it up. Like, I know that most of the attention I've gotten from that video was negative, but at the time of recording, which is I think a day and a half after the original upload, or a little over a day and a half, it has 1,463 views. That is insane. Thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. Even those of you that just insulted me in the comments, thank you for the views. But to everyone that commented respectfully, which was luckily most of you, I had taken the time to read the comments and respond back. So I've piled a compilation of just quotes from multiple different comments that I will be discussing today. Last video was completely scripted. I had scripted everything in last video. This video is not scripted at all. The only thing I have pulled up in front of me is the quotes, and that's it. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first thing I would like to discuss is from the user mo-nj70j. They had said, "This game is casual and story-based heavy. Once the story is gone, there is nothing left. This game is not meant to be played 24/7. And to that, I agree. That makes complete sense. I have streamed it day in and day out for the past week, going through the story. I haven't been ignoring the story. I have admittedly not been paying attention to the side story because I find the main story way more interesting. So once I'm done with the main story, I will go back to the event and I will pay attention to the story of the event. And I have been so heavily focused into this story. I do not have the best memory at times, and I am very forgetful. So I can't remember the story play by play, but I can remember most of the big parts of it and how they flowed together. And I love the story. And this game not being meant to be played 24/7, I 100% agree with. I am playing it differently than other players do, because other players do not have the time or do not spend the time on just one video game, just grinding it out. So that is completely correct, and that is a situation of more my doing than the game. The next quote is from Ryan TTRR4856, and Ryan said, "This game is already very free-to-play friendly. They would lose so much profit if they made it even more free-to-play." Now, I didn't think about this when I was talking about the Battle Pass, but that's true. I mean, the game gives you up to, I think within the first 2 hours, if you were to skip story, if you just spent the first 2 hours of your game skipping story and doing all the levels, you can get the 30 free the 30 pulls to get one free 6-star. You could do it immediately. So I didn't take that into consideration, but it is very free to play, and adding more to it could worsen the game itself. That also reminds me of a few other comments that I have here, but we will get into those. The next two are both from Oatmeal for the Win, or FTW, but I want to do them one then another so that I can get my thoughts out there. The first quote from Oatmeal is, "This is a gacha game. Without a stamina system, you would grind every character up to max level, max insight, max resource, and there would be no challenge or content to clear. Part of the challenge of this game is making do with the resources you have and figuring out who you should prioritize." Again, not something I took into consideration when I made the video. That is something you're going to hear me saying a lot, because The video was very self-centered. It was very focused on what I had been doing, my problems as someone who has been playing this game constantly and has just been grinding it out. And that is something that most players of gacha games or casual games like this would not do. So I understand that my video was very ridiculous. I do think that the stamina is still a bit too high maintenance, but there's a few things that are talked about in the rest of the points that create good ideas for how to fix this that I obviously didn't think of. The next quote from Oatmeal is, "Secondly, the Battle Pass inherently does work differently than Fortnite and Dead by Daylight. While those passes give you cosmetics, the Battle Pass is giving you extra progression. Yes, you're paying for more progression. Welcome to gachas." Luckily, the Battle Pass is pretty damn generous, and while there certainly are pay-to-win gachas, and the concept of gachas can be somewhat predatory with their gambling, the monetization isn't necessarily bad. Live service games need consistent revenue to keep their servers running and bring updates to the game. Something that's very important that I, again, didn't think of was the live servers. The live servers is something I did not take into consideration whatsoever. Obviously, for them to keep the game going, you need to be able to play on their servers, and if their game is completely free from beginning to end, how are they going to pay for those live servers? I didn't think about that. I really didn't. That is my fault. But it's just super important that we can allow monetization in these games to keep them running, and me complaining about the Battle Pass was very dumb, honestly. The next quote is from Matt Roadhouse. "Most stamina fixes that aid active players are to give a stamina reduction for manual runs. Skips/auto are full price." I agree with this to some point. I think giving a stamina reduction for people who read through the story is good. I think maybe lowering it by, let's say, 1/4 of the stamina that it takes. So let's say it takes 8 stamina to play a level. You would only need to pay 6 stamina if you had read the story. I think that could be nice. How they would add it into the game, I do not know. But I'm not a game programmer, so I'm sure someone could figure something out. The only difference in the comment from what I think is that I think auto should still give you the reduction, because I'm someone who, if you have been watching my streams, I played it completely on auto the whole game, but I still paid attention to the story. I read out the lines that were not said by a narrator or a character. I would even pause sometimes to read a line or to make a comment. So, to say if you click the auto button once, you lose that stamina reduction, I don't think makes sense. I think if you want to skip the whole story, sure, take the full stamina. But if you want to read the story, having a stamina reduction of maybe not even 1/4, maybe just -1, -2, -3 stamina, something like that, that would be fantastic. That would be really helpful overall. And I think that is a better solution than anything that I thought of. The next quote from YouYoy21 says, "This game is not for you who has plenty of time to play. Maybe MMORPG games better suit your taste." Now, I'm someone who, I've tried MMOs, and most of them cannot keep my attention. But maybe they are a better taste for me than gacha games. A lot of people were stating that these games are obviously not my taste, not the games that I should be playing. And to that I say, maybe you guys are right. The difference with Reverse, though, is that it captured my heart with its story, its music, its characters. So, I'm not letting go. The next statement is more of like a quote that I made based off of 2 comments. Coming from Mr. Sean Fish and Carol Laydell, clear drops are already a stamina resource. Yes, I know this. I said it at the beginning of the beginning of my stamina. In reverse, you have a few options. You can level up, buy stamina with the same currency used to get characters. Part of the video, I know it was like an offhanded comment, and I didn't go into like full detail with it, but yes, clear drops can be used to restore stamina. I've done it on stream before. But I don't like the idea that I'm going to lose out on being able to summon a character just because I need stamina. So I still believe they can add a different type of currency into the game for adding stamina. Even something as simple as that could trump all other issues that we have here. That could just be the top of the top, the best solution. Just adding in a new currency that isn't clear drops. Because I don't want to waste my clear drops on stamina if I could be using them to summon a character. Now the obvious counterpoint to that is, then just wait. Yep, I get that. Got it. I understand. The next one is more of a conversation between me and this user M-E... What? M-Endrium 6755. I hope I said that name correctly. I hope I said all these names correctly. I'm so sorry. But their first comment was, it's a gacha game. Stamina is like the basic in those games to actually level up your characters. Then I responded with, I know, I just think there should be a separate system for grinding that wouldn't stop you from doing the story mode levels. Hell, even making stamina for the resources only would be a better fix. To which Endrium responded with, on that point, I do think I agree. Story stages should be free to do the first time, then doing it again to farm cost stamina. And to that I say, that's perfect. Again, thank you guys so much for your great solutions. They're obviously all better than mine, but being able to do the story mode for 0 stamina, and then if you want to go back because you need a specific resource from that story battle, then it costs stamina, I think that would work great as well. The last comment that I have here for today is from Lens_Hunter, who says, so basically you don't want to play a gacha game. This game's monetization is unbelievably fair, and most things you can pay for are super duper worth it, including the battle pass. Again, yes. It is obvious from the last video that I made that gacha games might not be my sort of style. And honestly, I don't know what my kind of style in games is. I play a lot of games. I love a lot of different types of games. So I never really thought of specific styles, meaning really anything. But it's obvious that gacha games are not really a style I vibe with. So, on that point, I agree. And with the game's monetization being unbelievably fair, again, I never thought about it until I was reading these comments and being raked across the coals from you guys. But it's true. It really is true. The free-to-play aspect of this game is fantastic. And to be honest with you, once I get a little bit of cash, which should be soon, hopefully, I would definitely buy the Battle Pass, because the Battle Pass does seem worth it, and I would buy, you know, maybe a few drops for summoning. Maybe. That one's still a maybe, I don't know about that, but buying the Battle Pass, I'll definitely do that. Once I get the money, I will definitely do that, because it is fair, and everything you guys have said is fair. Now, one thing I would just want to say at the end is, where does this leave me with Reverse 1999? I think all of these comments have opened my eyes, and looking at it now, I do believe that I will continue to enjoy Reverse 1999, and I will continue to play the game the way it is. And if I ever happen to run out of stamina, that's unfortunate, but there's nothing I could do. And I will stream another game. I will play another game. I love this game to pieces, but my problems does not make it everyone's problems. One more thing I would like to add on is I saw someone say that my video was saying Reverse 1999 was bad. That's not true. Reverse 1999, I have stated multiple times, has stolen my heart. It is a fantastic game and I love it to pieces. That's why I was so passionate in making that video. I loved it so much, that's why I wanted to make that video. But that's it for today, guys. Thank you guys for sticking through this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.